Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Infamy with myself, Lewis. Hope you're all brilliant and very well. The war is very much underway. There is some very dodgy doings going around. And as you can tell, I am deep in the midst of my laboratory. Yes, I am. I have been very busy just setting up some general things. So we've got some nice power going on over here from these thermal generators. And I got a few basic energy cubes, you know, doing their thing. We've got an induction smelter, got an elite factory, which is a monster. And we've got this little bit down here, which is a piece of, I think it's called production line or something, assembly line. That's the one, assembly line. And at the minute, it kind of doesn't work because there seems to be a bit of a weird one where, for some reason, actually I'm going to ask you guys this, how, if any of you have played Infamy, tell me how you change the direction of these bad boys, because I have tried every wrench under the sun. I even tried the MFFS multi-tool, like nothing works, nothing seems to work. I know that you're actually meant to use one of the Universal Electric wrenches, but they're not in this, they've been taken out because the basic components wrench isn't in it, so yeah, that kind of baffles me greatly. But what we're going to do today is we're going to make a fusion reactor. Yes, we are, because I need to get myself some nuclear thingamajubes, and to get those, we need to use a fusion reactor. Yes, we do. And we need to make the fusion reactor, as weird as this may sound, we need to make it flicker from stable to unstable. Now, how do you do this? Well, to be honest, I'm not 100%. So this is all going to be a bit of fun, because this will be the first time I've ever made one of these guys. Now, I have a good understanding of how to do it. You know, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but we will find out. This was actually much bigger earlier. Some of the guys on the server were here last night with me when I was building this, and sorry about that. And it was much bigger, but I actually realized that I think I did it wrong. And if I was to power it, there would have been many issues, so I decided to take it down, and we're going to redo it. Now, these guys here are electromagnets, and then we have electromagnet glass down here. And if I show you the crafting repertoires, yes, the recipes for these guys, you're going to see they're fairly expensive. So you need a load of motors, so you need tons of steel and cables for this, and these guys need a lot of wool. So make sure you have yourself a sheep factory up and running. And with the electromagnets, we then follow them with iron or bronze. I would probably say iron is your best bet because bronze is a little bit of a bugger to get mixing, but hey-o. And then to make the glass, you use a glass pane with an electromagnet, and bam, you have an electromagnet glass. Now, you don't have to use the glasses if you don't want to, but I do find that it's easier to do so that way you can see all the cool particle effects that come spinning out when it comes to actually time to turning it on. Now, another thing that we need to produce the power is reactor turbines. Now, I've made a load of these, and these guys are not so expensive, but just takes a long time to get all the bronze to make the plates. That's probably the hardest part, and getting the wires to make these guys is, you know, it's quite a bit. It takes a long time, so that's pretty much what I did last night. I just continuously do that. Currently, there's no one on the server except for me. It's midday. I chose a time in which it'd be quiet so I could have a little bit of time to get this guy set up and running without the hustle bustle going down. So we're going to try and do this now and see how it goes. Now, I know before when I did this, I made the I put the turbines here, which is wrong. Well, I put them here, which is wrong. That's not how you do it. So I think we need to put them above this guy. So if we was to put them, say, here, it should be okay. I think that's pretty sure where you put them. Now, we have to power this guy with water, and the water will create steam, and then the steam will allow us to make a reaction, which is good. But there is side effects of reactions. Now, dependent on the amount of energy and whatnot that you put in there, and dependent on the coolant, depends on whether it's actually going to work or not. And if it doesn't work correctly, it isn't just going to explode. And the secondary reaction is actually what I'm looking for here to get all the things. And I'm in the way of this turbine. Ooh, come on. Come on. There we go. Cool beans. Right. So I think that is correct. Now, what we want to go and do now, god damn it, what we want to do now is we want to make it so we can get water to flow in there. And using water source blocks is not the best thing, really, because they'll just be used up pretty much instantly. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to build up here first so I can actually get to this guy. And we're going to have water come out of here. Yeah, which sounds like a plan. Now, I want the water to come out of here, and I want it to be stopped via a piston. So if we were to put pistons along here, then we should be able to control the water coming in and out. Yeah, he says. If we did it like there. And I've got a ton of pistons, so let's see if we can get this to do its thing. Now, I would like to get up here. I think I'm going to have to kind of build around this so I can actually get in here. Oh, let's get rid of you. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokie, right. Let's see if this is going to work. Let's get rid of these wires for the time being. These are going to be our energy outputs. Oh. Okay. Right, so if we was to have a piston here, for instance, and that was powered, that should then stop the flow of water, and then we'd have a water block connected to here. Yeah, this is going to work, he says. He hopes. Now, if we go along here and bring this guy along the back here, we should then be able to place pistons. Now, can I place them like this? Yes, I can. Oh, there we go. Is that one? Oh, and here. Oh, and that should have done it. Let's get rid of this guy. Alright. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I think. Alright, I'm going to go around the rest of this and lay the pistons down, and then we'll be right back and we'll kind of move on to phase 2 and see if we can get this guy hooked up so that we have a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a kind of fail-safe in case we have a bit of a meltdown. Alright, so I've got all the pistons set up. I've removed all of the rubbish that we don't need surrounding it. Oh, there's another one. And I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to try and make the rest of it out of glass. Well, as much of it as we can, so that way we have, you know, a nice area in which you can actually see everything that's going on. And how cool is this machine? This is just redonkulously cool. Look at that. Ba-bam, 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 ba-bam. That's an absolute ton of glass. Now, the water is going to be coming beneath the well, the pistons are going to basically they're going to be stopping the water. That's going to be the idea behind it. So I'm going to go and fill the rest of this up with glass so we can actually see what's happening. And obviously having the magnetic glass stuff there is going to allow us to see it a little bit easier as well. I'm probably going to fill these sides in just so it kind of doesn't look a bit weird. Yeah, I think that's a thing. That is a thing. All in the name of science. Now, we need to rig this up with redstone so that we can do all the stuff that we need to do. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got enough bits and bobs to do this, so let's make our way up. Now, we're going to want to have some cobblestone running across along the top of here, like this. And it's going to be the same on this side, so let's make our way around here. And we're going to do this to all the sides, so that way we can run some redstone along the top, allowing us to power these guys and obviously giving us a decent circuit as basically going to be our trip switch. So let's grab all these guys. Now, we are going to need to make it so that the liquid can not get out. So if we do this, we then should be able to do that. So let's do this as well. There we go. And on this side. Oh, I am excited to get this thing going. I'm excited to see whether it blows up, which I'm pretty sure it's not going to. But I'm also a little bit kind of worried that it might do. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll wait and see how it goes. Alright, so let's do that. And then we'll do this here. Good times. And you here. And this guy over here. So now we can run our redstone all the way around the track, which sounds like a plan. So let's grab this. We'll take one leather. And we're going to pop this guy. I don't know. I'm going to have to dig further out here because doing it this way around has made it a lot higher than it was before. So I think we might have to kind of go around a little bit and just, you know, give it a bit more room. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a thing. Let's do that. Let's go around and give us a little bit more kind of, you know, room to work in. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, and here. There we go. I feel like I have a little bit more leeway now. So, let's take our leather, and I'm sure I'm going to move this at some point, but we're going to pop it here, and we're going to put some redstone down, and we're going to flip the switch. There we go. So, now if we do this, these guys should be lighting up. So let's make our way around, find out where the repeaters need to go down. That would be a repeater there. So let's grab these guys, and I've got a few, so I'm not doing too bad. And is that good times? think we're going to need another repeater. Yep, there we go. Good times, that's all of them. So now we can do this. Ba-bam, ba-bam. And they disappear. Yes, they do. Now, we do need to get a load of water, so I'm going to have to build down here. I think I'm going to just demolish this ceiling soon, because it's just in the way. There's just two in the way. Alright, let's build down here. So, we'll drop... we'll just drop down. There we go. Can I get up without breaking my head? Yes, I can. Without breaking my neck. Okay, right, let's go around and water these guys up. So I'm going to need to grab some buckets, and I'm sure I have some in my... I think I have some in one of my totes, so we should be good. Let's have a gander. Do a gander. Actually, I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff because we don't need it. There we go. Or the world's worst pistol, I thought I'd just carry it just in case, is quite possibly the worst pistol in the game. So let's grab all these. Now, where are my bouquets? Yes, they are. Now, we want to make sure that the water source blocks are not touching any of the reactory items, except for the turbines. So, for instance, if we was to place them along here, so I'm going to do one of these now, so you get an idea. So let's take all these guys. There we go. It's a bit of a kind of boring process getting all this set up, but once it is set up, it's so cool. Like, so cool. It's one of the best things you can play with. So let's grab these guys. Why is my water not doing its thing? Huh. Come on. Come on. There we go. Waiting for you to do your thing. Cool beans. Right, let's go and finish this off. And this should be one side sorted. So there's that one. And that one. Oh, we need one more. And then we should be good. Hence why I made the glass, so you can kind of see what's happening. So there is that. So now, hopefully when we flip the switch... Yes, the source blocks are not going to go down there. But it is going to fill with water, like that. Which is very much a good thing. So let's get rid of you. Bam. Close it off. No more water. Good times. So yeah, that's going to work well. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to go around and do the rest of these. And then... the next thing really is just wiring up, and then we're actually going to make the fusion reactor itself. It's going to be so beast. Alright, so I've gone around and I've placed all the water blocks that need to be placed, and this pretty much is surrounding all of our turbines. So now what will happen is when I flip the switch, we should have it so that all of the liquid then goes down and touches the magnetic dudes down here. There we go. Yeah, you can see them on top. Good stuff. So this should now be in a state in which it's working, and we have a kind of trip switch so we can make sure that it gets turned off if anything goes horribly wrong. So the last thing really to do is to wire up the turbines, because this is where the energy is actually going to be produced. So we're going to go along and wire all these guys up, which sounds like a plan. There we go. And with these, like I say, they're going to create power. Now, they do take a little bit of time to get going, and unlike the fission reactor, if you know what that is, this guy does actually need energy to get himself going as well. So he does need a little, you know, just a little bump to get him feeling good. Alright, so there we go. So we're looking good. Now, the last thing that we're going to need to do is to actually make the fusion reactor itself. So I haven't actually done that yet. So we're going to do that now, and it should work. We will find out. Now, the fusion reactor itself is around here somewhere, so let's have a gander and find it. There it is, that's the one, the fusion reactor. And for this, we need a fission reactor to start with, so we're going to need a fair few bits. So I'm going to take you into my secret laboratory, and we're going to get some stuff. Yes, here we go. You can see I have 50 bits of useful uranium, 235 uranium, and I have absolutely tons of the rubbish uranium. This stuff is fairly useless, and when you are making uranium, so let me run you through the process of making uranium. You're going to dig up uranium from under the ground. Then you're going to put it in a nuclear boiler, and it will sit in here. Now, make sure this is given power, and it gives a constant supply of water. Behind here, I have myself a aqueous accumulator, so it's constantly supplying liquid. Now, when it does that, it's going to make uranium hexafluoride, and if you put this guy right next to this, the uranium hexafluoride will go directly into it. Then that will fill this up. Once you get uranium hexafluoride, you leave the centrifuge, give it some power, and eventually you'll get one of these two. Now, it's random chance whether you get 238 or 235. 235 is the stuff that you need, and with this stuff is what we can use to make fissile fuel rods, and we can also go ahead and make things like nuclear bombs, which is very, very scary. Now, I already have a fissile fuel rod right here, and with these, that's what's going to be powering all of our nuclear power, which is good. Now, when handling this stuff, please make sure that you're wearing a hazmat bodysuit, because if you are not, you're going to feel the pain very quickly, whether that is holding it, whether it's in your inventory. It does damage. You can even see that as I hold it now, my hazmat suit on the bottom right is depleting. It does run out eventually, so you can't go running around with uranium all the time. It hurts. You know, it's uranium. Jeez. Alrighty then, so let's go and make this guy. So we're going to need a fair few bits. I'm going to throw all of this rubbish in here. I've got quite a bit of stuff, so I'm looking alright. Now, we need to make this guy, which means we need to make some motors. So we do need steel, and we need a few other bits. And I don't know if I actually have much steel on me at the minute. I don't think I do. We've got a little bit. We've got any more steel? We've got iron, silver, tin, copper. Huh. We haven't actually got that much steel. Okay, right. I'm going to go and grab some coal. Have we got any spare coal? No, we haven't. Alright, let's go get some coal, shall we? And then we should be good to do this. Now, the main base, luckily, is still just around the corner, so we can go grab all the bits that we need. And I'm pretty sure, because we've had like 2 or 3 quarries running, that we have absolutely tons of coal. Like, we got loads. Anyone on? No. We got loads. So we're going to be in fairly good shape. Now, luckily, our weapons expert, Toast, has been in good shape, making sure that we've got a lot of defense utility set up, ready for when the actual war begins. And over there is Doodar's tea shop, which I'll show you near the end of the episode. We'll make a little trip over there and go see how he's doing. Hey. Alright, so loads of coal. Good stuff. Okay. Now, with coal and iron, as you should know, the Universal Electric API actually allows you to convert that into steel, which is pretty funky. So it means that you don't actually need a blast furnace. Now, the one thing I was worried about when we started this was I was aware of how much steel you actually need in any of the stuff to do with Universal Electric, because it pretty much all uses steel. And if you've played volts or amps, I'm pretty sure when I did it that the craftable recipe for this was actually disabled, so it wasn't something that you could just go and craft yourself. So you do have to use a coke oven, then steel furnace, that sort of stuff. But in this, you can go ahead and do this and make steel dust. There we go. And with steel dust, we can quite simply go and throw it in a furnace or one of these guys, one of our beautiful factories, and it will go and do it for you. Yes, it will. There we go. Good times, and we'll take out our glass as well. There we go. All the steel. I love that machine. It is the best machine. You can like make a stack in like 5-10 seconds. It's insane. It is insane. So we need to grab ourselves a fission reactor, which means we need 2 motors. So we need that. We need some copper wiring, and I think we've got all the bits that we need to do this. I am literally filling to the brim with rubbish, so let's get rid of some of this, shall we? So we don't need any of you guys. We don't need string. We don't need you. I don't need an iron door. Have I got any space in this guy? Yeah, I do. We don't need buckets. Don't need you guys. I don't need you. Cool. Alright, I think we're sorted. So, let's go and make some of these guys. So, motors. Yeah. And what are we actually missing? Steel. Iron. We need iron. There we go. Cool. We got just enough to make 2. Good times. So we've got those guys. Now we need advanced circuits and we need basic circuits. So we're going to need 4 of these guys. And we can use steel plates, which is a bonus because I was worried that we're not going to have enough steel to do all this. So let's grab that, or enough bronze. Because bronze, like I say, is a little bit of a bugger to get hold of. So let's do that. And these guys, and they all need a load of these. So, and we're going to need some more wires as well. How many of these we got? I'm pretty sure I have more steel out here, so let's go grab the rest of the steel that we've got inside our factory. Yeah, we've got quite a bit. Let's just do this. There we go. Love it. How easy was that? 35 steel. Insane in the membrane. Now, if we got the wool. There we go. We'll take that, and I'm pretty sure I have a little bit more in here somewhere. I did have quite a bit of wool, but I can't remember for the life of me what I did with it. Where are you? We had quite a bit. I remember having like 20 bits of wool. Oh, there we go, 34 bits. Good times. So we're going to need this to make the wires that we're desperately going to need to do this. And we've already got a little bit of copper on us, so let's go and make some more of these wires. Sounds like a plan. There we go. So we use all these guys up. And these. And we get 6 every time, which isn't that bad. I think the only thing that really takes a lot of time to do is actually making the wool. It sounds really silly, but I'm no good with that sort of stuff. So we've got these guys. Now we're going to need 4 of these steel plates. So let's make a couple more of these guys. And luckily, because of our machine down there, we can easily go and make tons of steel plates. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now these guys, it's you. We're going to need redstone and plates. We're going to need more redstone actually, because we're getting a little bit low on the old redstone. There we go. And let's do you. Oh, we got just enough. Good times. So there's that. Now we need to make these guys, so we need more redstone and we need diamonds. We've got that, we've got diamonds, we are set. So there is that, gives us 2 of these guys. And what else do we need? We need 4 more steel plates and an empty cell. Okay, we can do that. So let's make that. It's 4, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, there we go. Cool beans. And we need 1 of you. Bam, 1 fission reactor. So now we need elite circuits, which means we need a load more of these guys. So we've got our work cut out for us. How many more are we actually going to need? Because we need a load more of the, we need tons more of the wiring and redstone. Okay, I'm going to get all the bits together that I need, and we'll be right back once we've got this guy, and we should be able to hook it up. I just need to go get myself some more wool and wiring, I think. So we'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, we're pretty much good to go. I have myself a fission reactor. Yes, I do. Now, the last thing that we need to do is obviously turn that into a fusion reactor. So let's double check the fusion reactor. While I've been doing this, I've been getting myself another energy core as well, which is going to be pretty important to getting this guy, you know, all set up and good to go. So we're going to be able to do this fairly soon. I've got all the rest of these guys. I've just got the steel plate, so we're pretty much sorted there. Now I've been getting a load of pulverized obsidian because we're going to need this as well for making the elite energy cube, or the kind of the best, one of the best, which we're going to need to do. And I'm going to set these guys to output back again so we don't have any issues. And I'm going to throw my obsidian back into here. Good stuff. So let's see if we can make this here. I don't know if I've got all the stuff with me, but we'll have a gander. So it's basically the best energy cube you can have. So that way we can store as much stuff as possible, which is the ultimate energy cube. And with this, we need a load of enriched alloys and whatnot to make these atomic cores. And at the minute, we've got enough to make 2. So we haven't actually got enough on us at the minute. So I'm going to take all this back. And we'll make the rest back at base, because I can get all the stuff made a lot quicker when we're at base. So let's put it back to sunrise. There we go. If you haven't noticed, I have a solar panel, like a big solar panel outside my base. That is pretty much powering all my stuff, and it powers really well. Like, this guy puts out a ton of energy, so it's pretty good. And we've got one of the ultimate energy cubes down here already, which is holding an absolute insane amount of power. If I show you here, we've got 128 megajoules in there, which is an enormous amount of power. So yes, so let's grab the rest of these, and we're going to go and make a few more of these guys. There we go. And if we cook these up, we're going to get some more of the enriched alloys, which is always good. And then, oh, this is our new friend, by the way. I'm going to call him Peter. This is Peter the chicken. Yes. So let's do that and make a load more of these guys. Can never have enough of these things. And now I think we've actually got all the bits we need. Good times. So let's go ahead and do this. So the ultimate energy cube needs these guys. If we do this, we can make 5. We only need 4. There we go. So we've got a little bit left over from all the things that we have. And now we just need the obsidian ingots and the energy tablets. Have I got any more energy tablets? I haven't. So we're going to have to make a couple of these guys as well. There we go. We can make 2 of these. Now they don't stack. The idea behind these are kind of like advanced batteries, if you will, for the universal electric. So let's do this. So that guy in there, we need some obsidian ingots. We need some atomic cores and some energy tablets, giving us the ultimate energy cube, which is an absolute monster. Now let's get our fusion reactors sorted, so we should be able to make the power that we need. And where have you gone? There we go. That guy. And bam. Fusion reactor done. Ultimate energy cube done. We are sorted. Like, we're ready to go. We're ready to get... Yeah, we're done. So, let's see if we can get this guy sorted. So, you can go in there. And if we go up to the top... have I got any stuff on me? Oh, we'll use wood. There we go. I went AFK for a minute and decided that so I don't get attacked, I'm going to I destroyed my stairs so nothing could get to me. Now we need to get in here, which once again is causing issues. So let's should we just get rid of some of this? I think it's a thing. Yeah, there we go. Because this is just going to get in the way. Oh, there's that. Okay, right. So, at the minute, there's no deuterium in there, so we are going to need to get our hands on some of that stuff. So let's go around here and just clean the rest of this away so it doesn't look too messy. And here as well. Because I know if I don't, Dude Art's literally going to have a panic attack. So, it's always good to keep him happy. He's the tea maker and all. You know, he's the man who makes the stuff. So we need to keep him in good standing with the group. Cool. There we go. We got a bit of room to breathe. Good times. So, next step is going to be... That is done. Now, I'm not too sure whether you can have the power coming out the top of this guy or not. Like, I really don't know whether we can power it that way. I think we can. Yeah, I think we can power it from the top. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's get the rest of these as well because this is in the way as well. There we go. That's better. And along here. Alright, there we go. That's better. Okie dokie. Right, so that is set. Now, the power that we get, I want to come... I want to go through there, and the output's going to come along here, and then down to this bit. So our energy cube for the time being can just like sit up there, and that's where it can get all the energy can go into. Now, like I say, this guy does require power to get going, but it's such a small amount of power that the output that you'll get out of it is more than worth it. Now, as I explained a minute ago as well, the output is the energy really is not what I'm looking for, but it is going to help the base, because with this you can transfer the Universal Electric Minecraft, the megajoules, into Minecraft joules for all your buildcraft gizmos. Yes, you can. So that should do the job. So I'm going to go and grab some fuel for this, and we're going to see how it works. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Should be fun. I'll be right back. So there's one thing that I was missing, one last thing that was eluding me for a second there, and I realised that we're missing our deuterium. I completely forgot to make deuterium, and what are you doing up there? You can't stay up there. This is like the worst gun. There we go. Finally. Finally. So yes, we're missing deuterium. The one thing that I completely forgot to build is deuterium, and that is the energy source for making fuel and using this guy. Now, to do that, we need to make ourselves a chemical extractor, which luckily I've actually got all the bits to build for once, and I've gone ahead and made most of the bits for it. We just need to kind of plonk it all together, making this guy. Now that we have the chemical extractor, I think what I'm going to do for the time being is I'm going to remove this guy because we don't need him at the moment. We don't need him, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop him down here like this. So he's going to get the liquid inside him, which should start going up. Yep, there we go, and we're getting some power, which is always a good thing. Now the next thing you want to do is take some empty cells, and if we grab our cells and we pop them in here, you got to give it a minute or two, and what's going to happen is from the water it's going to create deuterium, because deuterium is created via water. So it's not exactly very expensive, but you do get this cool little visual effect where it spins around and does its thing, and after a second or two we'll get deuterium. There we go. Now, does this stuff radiate? No, it doesn't at all, which is always very good, so it means I'm not going to die while holding it, so we can do all the things we need to do. So let's give this a minute, and any second now, bam, we get a little bit more. Good times. So let's see if this is going to work. I am excited to see if this is going to work or whether it's going to blow up. This is really the moment of truth. So he has power going into him. He has the deuterium. So let us see what happens. So there you go. You've got 2 deuterium. Oh, geez, look at that stuff. So that is plasma, I believe, and it's going around doing its thing. We currently have 0 power, as I guessed. So as soon as we flip this switch, we should find that these guys are running. There we go. Good stuff. And if we look in here, oh, look at the power. What a monster. We can go around here. Cool beans. And we still got 2 deuterium in there. Cool. So I think it's working. These guys are doing their thing. They're taking a bit of a minute. I don't know whether these ones on the side actually work, but hey ho, maybe we didn't need those ones. But look how cool this is. We're down to 1 deuterium now. And if we go around here, we should see that via those 2 bits of deuterium, we've got an insane amount of Minecraft jewels doing their thing. And if we go over here, we'll find that we've barely used any. And you've got to remember, this has been powering this guy in here as well. So if we go in here and we grab the rest of our deuterium cells and come down to our fusion reactor, what a monster. And let's see if we can pop them in the bottom. That was the idea. Yeah, there we go. They're going straight in. Oh, and look at all that plasma. Lovely. Now, you've got to be careful not to break this glass. If you break this, the plasma's going to leak out. It burns. It kind of ruins blocks and stuff. That's exactly what you don't want to happen. So let's have a gander in here. We're up to, we've just made it to 8 Minecraft jewels. Let's have a look down here as it's powering all the things. And at the minute, we've used 7, including this. So we're actually, you know, we're miles ahead. And if I was to disconnect this, let's see if this guy carries on doing his thing. As far as I'm aware, he only needs energy to get a jump start. Or he might need it full time. Nope, looks like he needs it full time. So he is going to need energy full time. But you can see that we're actually getting an absolute ton of the stuff by letting it just do its thing. And we should see more purpley gizmos coming out. If we go down here, it'll look a bit cooler. Yeah, there we go. Check that out. Oh, yeah. That is so cool. And you can see it's burning through the deuterium pretty quickly. We're on 2 deuterium so far, but hey, it's working fine. Now if we come over here, our gander, we're already up to almost 15 Minecraft jewels. What a monster. Yes. How much you got in here? We've got 2 deuterium left. Good times. Alrighty. So now, the next thing for me to do is to get this guy to kind of flicker between safe and not safe. Or unsafe. Yeah, that'd be the word. Yeah, that is the plan. And with that, we're going to get some pretty funky byproducts. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I want to power this to do some other things as well. I've got a good idea of what I want to use this for, but we're just going to have to be a little bit patient. Yes, we are. Now, I want to know whether if it runs out of deuterium, it's still going to suck up power. It's still got 2 in there. Oh, there we go. It's down to 1. Let's give it a minute and see what happens when it runs out of power, because I want to know whether it's still going to take it via the machines. These are no longer taking, you know, they're no longer taking power, so that is a good thing. Yeah, so nothing else should be getting used. So it's just a matter of time to see whether this guy is still going to do its thing. And we're out of deuterium. Alright, so let's go and have a gander. 113.35. No, so it's no longer taking power. So at the minute we've used around about, what's that? It's about 15 Minecraft jewels to do that, and that includes creating the deuterium. And out of that we have still all of this, and it's still actually making more power. So you can see there's a little bit kind of left over, which is pretty funky. It's not going up as fast as it was, but it's still going up pretty fast. So we're almost up to 30 Minecraft jewels, which is an insane amount of power. Yes, it is. And we flip this, the water will disappear, and they will slow down. There we go. That is the fusion reactor, like a boss. And we're going to set this up with some tesseracts and things so we can distribute the power equally. But I do also want to get this to power something else in the not too distant future. Yes. So, let us go. Finish the episode in a very stylish manner, I think. I think the best thing we can possibly do is go and have a cup of tea. You know, it's been a long day. I am parched like a monster. I am so parched. It's all snowy outside, probably raining, but luckily we're in a desert, so it does not affect us. And we can just chill for a little bit. That's the plan. Cool. Right, let's make our way over to the tea lounge. And, you know, we've had some fun times there. We played some ping pong. I blew myself up, which I'm pretty sure Nemson has one of his videos coming out, which was a bit unfortunate. But hey, it's all right. It's all in the name of science, as I like to say. All in the name of science. We got some human punch bags up here that I can fire at. Should we give it a go? Oh, that's going straight through it. How cool! How cool! Can we use our grenades? Have a grenade. Yeah, yeah. So to the tea lounge. Now, last time I saw this, it was around about, it was about 4 in the morning. This last night. So let's see if he's done anything. It has been blown up twice so far. So yeah, I can already see the ropes back in there. Oh, good stuff. There we go. Look at it. Pretty nice. He's gone round and redone all of it. Before I got trapped in there, and I thought it'd be funny to put TNT down to let him out, and then I realised they were pressure plates and I set it off, so didn't really work, but hey, it's alright. Oh, we got music again. Oh, nice. Fell down. Should we take some music? Let's take a bit of music. Let's put on a bit of wall. Oh. Such a good day. It's the Master's Throne just for me. Oh. What we got? We got loads of guns just in case we get ambushed while having a drink. Nice glass of milk. Ah, yeah. Good stuff. Not a secret door. Oh. Oh. Huh. Oh, look at me in my corner with my hazmat suit on. See, this is what happens. We should really come here. I should take my suit off, you know. Have a drink, have a biscuit. I'm a little bit kind of, I don't like the idea that he hasn't got any biscuits, though, so I think we're going to have to put a request in for biscuits. So, guys, I want you to go on to Dudart's channel. I want you to find his video, and I want you to go and request video. I want you to, you know, request biscuits. I don't know if he's released the first episode yet because he's actually been away doing things, but even if he hasn't, you know, just respond, just go onto his channel and put it on his channel, just put it directly on there and just say that Lewis needs biscuits and I need them pretty pronto. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be the next thing he needs to do. Is this a zip wire? Oh, oh, oh. Can I use it? Oh, I don't want to get stuck in there. I got stuck in there last time and it's horrible. Oh, come on. Oh! Woo! That was amazing. I love it. Good times. Alright guys, so that is that for this episode. We've made ourselves a fusion reactor. It's the first step to nuclear warfare. Well, not nuclear warfare, but it's the first step to, you know, getting down with some chemical warfare. Once I can figure out how to work it properly. But yeah, that will soon be done, hopefully. And, you know, I think the next thing that we need to do is start scouting out the enemy base. Yeah, we're going to need to sniff around, get a good idea of what's going on. We're going to have to get the clothes on. You know, we can go into like a bandit gear and go and find all the things. I think that's a plan. I think that is a plan. Alright, you guys. I will see you soon for another episode. Don't forget to go on Dudart's channel and ask for biscuits. I demand biscuits. And I demand the best biscuits. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. And goodbye.